All right, people. So today we are going to work on sculpting large details for our mask, okay? So I have my mask started right here. Here is my image that I'm like, okay, so this is my inspiration. There's that. When I'm looking at these two things together, they don't even remotely match. But it's not a big deal. But I am going to modify it some because I don't. There's elements of this. I want him to look fierce. He doesn't look fierce. He looks like he's just like, I don't know, special. All right, so I'm going to start working on morphing him into more of a fierce looking creature. Okay, so I think I want to bring the eyebrows down some. Okay, see how I'm doing that like that? See, that's already starting to look slightly angrier. Okay, and I want my nose. I'm literally just going through a squashing. I'm squashing people. I'm changing things. Oh, I like that so much more. So I'm literally going to come through. I'm going to squash. You know, I want him to look like he could like do some serious damage. Okay. So I'm going to come through here. Yeah, okay. All right, I want that like that. I'm not loving the nose. I got to figure out. So and he's not even going to look exactly like this. I just want him to change into something that I want him, like right here. I think I got to pull this out some. Squish this maybe a little bit right there. Okay, so the eyebrows are getting fierce looking. He looks like he's angrier now. Okay, all right, got that angry brow going on. All right, and then I want my eyes to be in this range right here. So I think, do I want them slanted? Do I want them straight? I'm not 100% sure. I've got those eyes there. And I'm not going to even worry about that. I just need to get a placement for them. Okay, so like his eyes are going to go in this range right here, I think. Okay, and then I got to come through here, and I got to think about the side. How do I want the side of his face to look? He's got some good cheekbones. Do I like how his cheekbones look? I'm not sure. I'm going to squash them around a little bit and see if by chance I can make them maybe more how I want them to be. I'm going to decide, how do I want the nose? Do I want the nose to be? I think I want a big. Do I want a big nose? Sort of want a bigger-ish nose, not a big nose. Like I've got a lot here to carve, which is great. Do I want the nose to go more up like this? That's almost kind of pig-like looking, you know? Is that a big deal? Because he's kind of, I want him to sort of be like almost like a hybrid dog human kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. So for now, I'm like squash. See, so I'm like squashing things around. I may have to change that a little bit. I may have to add a little bit on. I'm not 100% sure how I want the nose. I don't want him to look like a pig for certain, but I kind of want him to be kind of like Beauty and the Beast-ish looking, you know, sort of, maybe a little bit. Okay, so I've got that. I like that. It doesn't, you know, it's not going to be perfect right now because, well, we're in process. Okay. And I am going to do a lot in there. I am actually going to, and I think this will help some. I am going to go through and I need to, he's going to have kind of like the dog. I like the dogs have that slit. I'm going to do that. So I do want that. I know I want that. So I'm going to, and maybe I'll come through and do some little sketches out, you know, so like I'm going to do like that. Make sure that's kind of centered. Okay, so that would be a carve there. And then we go up into the nose. Okay, the nose would kind of come around like kind of like a dog nose.
Pardon the interruption. Aiden Snyder, please report to Ms. Partika's room. Aiden Snyder, please report to Ms. Partika's room. Thank you.
That reminds me, I got to check on a student that I think might have gone MIA today. He was not marked absent. So, all right, I'm going to pause. I'm going to call about that. Okay, all right, checked. He actually went home sick today. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to kind of sketch things out. I got to decide, you know, like how do I want the eyes to be? I will tell you, I am actually going to create the templates for the eyes, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I want to do large sculpting stuff today. That's like squishing the clay around, deciding how I want things to be. So I think initially this bothered me right here, but because I'm doing it kind of like a dog / human hybrid, it's okay now. I'm fine with that. But I think I'm going to have to definitely come through here and add, like right here. I got to add a hole here and a hole here. because I'm going to put in large fangs, okay? So I want to come through, and I kind of want those to be down a little bit like that. So it's kind of like, you know, like they're so big, they're like, you know, like pushing the lip down a little bit, okay? So I've got that. And I've got, you know, I'm squashing bits and pieces around. I think I want the nose to be maybe a little broader because he is kind of like a dog human, kind of devilish, maybe devilish dog human. I don't know. And I think I'm going to keep the nose to where it's a little flatter right through here. So it is a little more snouty-ish, okay? So I'm basically just doing stuff like that. All right, so I'm going to start doing some of my big chop stuff, okay? That's just what I think I need to do. Just do like this, and this tool right here. So I'm going to come through here and I'm going to chop in like this. I'm going to chop in like this. Okay. And then I got to smooth that up because that's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to come through here. I'm going to just like that. Okay, so there's that. You got that lovely little like animal, how the animals have that. I have to come through here and I'm going to put some teeth in there. So I probably actually am going to cut out part of this right here because I want his mouth to be somewhat open. I'm going to come through here, pull that out. Remember, I don't want you to cut out eyes. I want eyes to actually stay in. You can cut out the mouth and stuff like that, but I really would prefer it if you kept, you know, the mouth and stuff, or the eyes in actually where they are, okay? I'm gonna bring this over just a smidge like this too. Okay, so that's already, he's starting to look good. I'm a little excited, not gonna lie. Okay, so I haven't made a mask, like finished. I don't even know if I've ever finished a mask in class because, well, more times than not, you know, I start and I stop and all that other good stuff and I'm like a map. Okay. And I'm going to have to like insert some teeth through here. I think I'm probably going to do the teeth on that. Okay. We come through here and I'm going to look up really quick. I'm going to look up I'm going to pause. I'm going to look up a dog nose. Okay. So I've decided I'm actually going to use a cougar nose because I like the cougar nose better and it has sort of a heart-like shape to it. So I'm going to smooth that up just a little bit. And I got to squish the clay around a little bit because I think I like that notion better. See? Little Google search and you're like, oh, I'm feeling it now. Okay, so I kind of have to get this into more of like this shape right here. Okay, and the cougars, so that's kind of like that. Okay, and then when I look, I'm referencing that right there, my thing. So it kind of goes like this. It goes up, and then it kind of comes over a little bit. So it's going to be a little more like this, almost like a heart. It actually kind of looks cool. Okay, so a little more like that. Okay, and then let's see. So I've got it kind of, that's a little too far over. Okay, that's fine like that. And then I got to smush this a little bit right here. And then we're going to say our nose holes, we're going to go kind of like this, but I got to place it out a little bit prior. A little bit right here, just so I can see. Does that look right? And that actually does have a, and it's not going to look super nice right now. Oh, look at how crooked that is. That is way not right. Okay, so do I want them over further? I think I want them over further. So I got to smooth that one out. Notice I'm checking and I'm looking and I'm thinking, I don't like that. Okay, so I'm going to go like this right here, more so. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, all right, so I know that I want my nose to go here. And then when we look at the actual nose of this beast, it actually sort of looks like a little heart. So it's going to kind of go like this a little bit. It goes over like this. So that's more like that. And you come over here. And you go like that. So that, ooh, I kind of like this. All right, this one might be a keeper. Like it is going to be a keeper because it's my example. Anyway, but okay, so there's that. So see, I'm like placing things. Oh, I do like this. Not gonna lie. All right, so we've got that. All right, and then I can come through, and I'm not gonna. It's not fine tuning or anything like that, but I do want to come through here and like scoop some of this out because I don't want his nose to be quite. Ooh, got a little carried away there. Not quite so thick because that's like a lot of clay on his nose. So I'm gonna have to come through and definitely do a little bit more on that. Okay, so I see I dug out a nose hole. Yeah, I just didn't think that a dog's nose and I looked up a dog's nose and then I looked up a wolf nose and I'm like, man, I'm not feeling either of those. They just don't look quite fierce enough because I'm really wanting this to look like, you know, like a little on the scary side. Oh, oops, it's like picking a booger out of his nose. There we go. Okay. All right, so we've got that right there. And is it perfect? No, I'm just trying to get it to where it's like working okay now. All right. All right, so, all right, so I got that right there. See, nose holes. We got his fierce face going on. Now I'm like thinking, do I want to do like a, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to do this one anymore. I'm really kind of feeling some of these other things a little bit more, you know, like the cougar-ish dude. But I think I do still want some of those patterns and designs in there. So I probably will do a little bit. So I want him to look kind of tribal, like Central American, or, you know, I think that just would look really neat. Okay, so I've got like nose holes, like literally you could put your finger right up in there. Okay. All right, so he is going to kind of have human-ish eyes. He does. I gotta do this, and you gotta notice you're gonna, as you're doing it, sometimes you're going to end up modifying and changing things, and that's okay because that's, you know, that's the goal, is that we've got, you know, a little bit of change going on here. And this right here, if I feel that right there, this is really thick right here because I added on that chunk of clay. In the end, I'm going to have to flip this over and I'm going to have to carve some out of the back just so it's not quite so darn thick, because I really don't want it to be, I don't want it to blow up, because like if I make this and it blows up, I'm going to be really sad because like I'm going to spend some time on this. Okay, so there, I'm liking that better. I'm trying to get this chin a little bit more smoothed up a little bit. I don't want it to stand up, I'm not going to lie. If you are trying to get things symmetrical, you may find that standing up and looking down at your project is a million times easier than sitting down and doing it. I mean, I know it's like nice to be able to sit down and whatnot, but sometimes you're going to find that you can't get your lips straight, you can't find symmetry, you can't get all of that extra stuff that you're trying to do because you're not looking at it at the same, you know, it's just, you got to stand up sometimes. It's just how it goes, guys. Just how it goes. All right. So we've got that. Ouch, I just gave myself a shot. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling this here. All right, I'm going to create my templates now for the eyes. So I'm going to push that forward. I'm going to grab that right there. And I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper. All right, remember, we did this for other projects as well. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to draw out several eyes. I'm going to change the shape of the eyes. I'm going to, you know, just in general, you know, change up the eyes some, okay? So I'm going to cut these out and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them, okay? Pause. Okay, so now I've gone through and I've cut out several different eyes. Now some of them are a little wonky because I was rushing, because I only have so much time to do this. Okay, so I could say, do I want my eye that big right there? Or do I want my eye that big right there? Or maybe I need to first decide, do I want, what shape of an eye do I want? I put a kind of a, well, that's not really the right size. I got a little carried away. Just cut it. Okay, so like I've got something that's a little more square-ish, okay? So I've got that eye, I've got, oops, that eye, okay? And then I've got one that's a little more human-ish. So I think that one's definitely too big. So let's go back, let's go to this one right here. So we've got this one. I feel like that is definitely more human-ish, okay? And then I've got my square eye. I don't think I want my square eye. I think this is the shape that I think I want, and I think I want it to be kind of like slightly cat-eyed, okay? So like I think, what do you think? Does that look like the right size? I think what I'm going to do, I think this one is similar to this one. I'm going to put this one over here. I'm going to look at this and decide which eye. That looks a little wonky. How is that one different than this one? Because I think, no. Okay, I see what I got. So we're going to come like this. We're going to snip off this little pen clip right there. Just a smidge, just a tiny, tiny bit off of it. Okay, which eye do we? Okay, so when we look at these eyes, which one do you like better? Let's see. Do we like the one on the right or the one on the left? I think I like the shape of the one on the right, but I think I like the size of the one on the left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to flip it over here. I'm going to put it like this right here. And oh God, they are pretty much the same size. Geez, oh Pete, how is that like just that slight change? That is just a smidge. I mean, like barely bigger. Okay, so that's the one that I like. Okay, I think that's the one I like. So I'm going to take this one right here. You put a little X on it. You can say, okay, so X side up for the one. And then what we'll do is we take and we flip it over like this. And this gives you the ability to decide, are they symmetrical? Are they lined up properly? Are they going to be perfect? Probably not. Does it matter? Not really in the grand scheme. I mean, like, sure, it matters, but it doesn't matter, you know? Okay, so I've got this going on right here. All right, so I have my eye picked out. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to keep that because I do actually kind of like this one too. But I'm pretty sure that's the one that I want. Okay, so I've got an eye picked out now. So I know where all my bits and pieces are going to go. I don't really want to start messing with the eye right now, just for the mere fact that, guess what? I don't want to get those tiny detail things like that in there. Look at all of the messes I'm making with my fingernails because I need to cut them. But I'm going to Florida in a month, and I want my nails to look nice. Okay, so I've got that right there. All right, so now I can decide, do I want to add on, like I want to add on teeth and assorted other stuff. So I'm working on just big details right now. And I, you know, in the end, I'm going to go through and I'm going to fine detail the heck out of everything. So what I need to do is start making my teeth and assorted other. Okay, so I've been playing around a little bit. I added some fangs and then I thought, oh God, there's that, the Black Panther guy. Okay, so I looked up his mask and I don't really like his mask, but I like aspects of it. So I think I'm going to do away with the demon dude. I don't think I want to do this anymore. Okay. I'm going to do it kind of like it's the Black Panther mask, but as if he were like really that animal. Okay. So I am going to incorporate some of the elements of his mask in here, like some of the carvings and stuff, because actually it's kind of cool. All right. So, but I'm going to keep him like he's actually, you know, an animal. He's not really, you know, like it's not really the Black Panther, but it's my inspiration for it, for the project. So I'm going to have that. I'm going to add ears on. They're going to be a little bit bigger than this. You know, I'm going to have them, they're going to come up a little bit more and everything. But I'm just trying to right now go through and decide, like, I'm going to come through and there's these elements of it that they kind of go down to the eyebrow. They go like this a little bit. They kind of go up. Oops. Like, sort of like that. Comes down, and I'm going to do some carvings and stuff in like that. And then there's like a V, big V that kind of goes like this right here. It comes down like this. Now, granted, this is just my preliminary. It does not need to be perfect right now, but I am getting a little fussy here. Okay. So then Then I would do this thing over here as well. Come through here. Okay. It goes like this as well. Goes up over the brow. You know, I got to make sure that's all symmetrical and everything. But you know, if you map things out, you're going to find it actually works like so much better. It's kind of like amazing how that happens, you know. And then I want to put some of these things like this little doohickey over here comes around like this. Comes, oops, I'm scratching too deep. Like this. And it comes like this down, and then it goes kind of down like this. Okay, so I'm just mapping things out. Because if you map things out before you get all wild and crazy, you're going to find that, oh, it actually like works a little bit better because you have some sort of a, you know, okay, and this comes connected to the cheekbone right here. And I'm going to have to fix it up some. I get that. Goes down, and it goes around, and it goes down like this. So I may add some coils on to add some extra dimension on there. And I'm looking at a mask. I don't know if this is actually the correct mask for Marvel Dude, but you know, I'm kind of feeling it. I don't know which one is actually his or not. Oh wow, these are really different. Oh, I like that one. It's a 3D printed one. Oh, that one's cool looking. I might have to incorporate some of that in there. Okay, and then it's got the mouth thing. What am I going to do around the nose? I feel like it needs a little bit of something around the nose, maybe over, up, down, over, and then up. Okay, I'm kind of feeling that a little bit. So he's kind of like the Black Panther, but he's really not the Black Panther because he's an actual panther. And then the chin could have a couple of these little things right here. So kind of reminiscent of my initial design. All right, sort of like that. So I don't like that. I'm gonna like smooth that out just a tiny bit right there because I don't like how that turned out. That's wonky. Sort of like that. Okay, and then in this one, it's got like triangles and stuff put in there, and that's kind of sweet looking. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling that. Okay, but this is my design process, guys. You find that, you know, like by actually, you know, like taking your time, adjusting your image as you go, you may find that, oh my gosh, it like turns out 1,000 times better because you've actually planned and like adjusted and, you know, done all that awesome stuff. And if you do your project thick enough, then guess what? You actually can carve in some, okay? So, but I'm kind of getting this. I think I'm going to change this a little bit here. I'm going to take this lip off, and then I'm going to put that lip back on. I'm going to put so I'm going to change that up. So I don't necessarily love how that looks. He looks too much like a boar right now, but I do like these ear things going on right here. So I'm definitely going to do something there. All right, so this is the process, all right? I'm getting things down. And mine is going to be, so like I've got to put my ears on, and I'm actually going to do that before I stop this video, which means I have like no time left. Darn it, I've got 3 minutes until the end of this period. Gosh, darn it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do that during the next class. And then I will okay, so this is where we're at right now. I'm going to actually take a progress photo of this, and I'm going to put that on Buzz. So like this is where I'm at right now. So I'm going to have the video attached, and then I'm going to put, and then I'm actually going to put a photo of that completed phase with the ears attached. Okay, so you can at least, and I'm going to redo the lips. I'm going to redo it like so legit. I'm going to come through here. I'm going to cut off my lips right here. I put these on already. I totally get that. But I don't like how the teeth are attached. I need to attach the teeth first. So my teeth are going to go here like this. And then I'm going to take my coil and I'm going to put it over top. And I think that's going to actually look a whole lot better because I don't like how that looks. All right. So that being said, these are going to go right here. And maybe I'll just continue. I can't continue filming. Well, does anybody ever show up in my last Zoom of the day? Not really. Okay, so I got to make sure these little bits and pieces are done right. So maybe I'll take 2 progress photos. So, you know, I'm going to cut that. I'm going to put that there. And then we're going to go from there. But I will do a final, you know, hey, this is where I ended. Because literally, this could take me, this process right here is going to take me more than an hour. And, you know, I've paused and I've worked on it some and I've done other things. But I will do the mouth, the picture of, you know, where I'm at right now. And then I'll add my teeth on, take a picture. And then I'll add the lip on and then take a picture. And then I'm going to add a picture of those two. But right now, it's time for me to start my next class, which there's never enough time in the day to do these darn videos and do them up right. Okay. All right. So peace out, people. You know, watch the progress photos, all that good stuff. And, you know, have a good one.